A graphic is a visual representation of your information that you can fully customize in MX PowerPoint. A rubber, B magic tool, C smart art, D all of this. इसका जवाब है C smart art. Is one of the most popular presentation programs supported by both Mac and PC platform. A. Avera, B. Adobe Reader, C. Windows Media Player, D. Microsoft PowerPoint. इसका जवाब है D. Microsoft PowerPoint. Slideshow is the future of MS PowerPoint, MS Word, MS Excel, MS Access. इसका जवाब है A. MS PowerPoint. To make the selected text underline, the shortcut key is A. Control plus L, B. Control plus U, C. Control plus K, D. Control plus L, Alt Control plus K. इसका जवाब है B. Control plus U. Press to delete one word to the left. A. Control plus backspace, B. Control plus space, C. Control plus enter, D. Control plus tab. इसका जवाब है A. Control plus backspace. PowerPoint presentation are widely used. A. Project presentation by student, communication of planning. B. C. Note outline for teacher. D. All of above. इसका जवाब है D. All of above. Which file are contact ready-made style that can be used for a presentation document? A. Presentation, B. Templates, C. Letter, D. Magic Minds. इसका जवाब है B. Template. Which feature is to add a shadow behind the selected size? A. Font shadow, B. Text shadow, C. Text behind the color, D. Highlight. इसका जवाब है B. Text shadow. Are special visual and sound effect contained in presentation graphic file? A. Animation, B. Attraction, C. Simulation, D. Graphic. इसका जवाब है A. Animation. Which option allow you to select line, curve, freeform or scraper tools? A. Draw custom path, B. Create effect, C. Insert motion path, D. All of above. इसका जवाब है A. Draw custom path. To align left the selected text, the shortcut key is A. Control plus R, B. Control plus L, C. Control plus U, D. Control plus D. इसका जवाब है B. Control plus L. Which of the following will not advance the slide in a slideshow view? A. ESC key, B. Enter key, C. Mouse button, D. Space bar. इसका जवाब है A. ESC key. Which PowerPoint feature will you use to apply motion effect to different objects of a slide? A. Slide transaction, B. Slide design, C. Animation scheme, D. Animation object. इसका जवाब है C. Animation scheme. Which is shortcut key to add a new slide in the current presentation document? A. Control plus N, B. Control plus B, C. Control plus S, D. Control plus S. इसका जवाब है A. Control plus N. If you want to delete multiple line or connected, select the first line and then press and hold while you selected the another line and then press. A. Control plus Home, B. Control plus D, C. Tab plus D, D. Tab plus Home. इसका जवाब है B. Control plus D. Which of the following is the default page setup orientation for note, page, outline and handout? A. Vertical, B. Portrait, C. Landscape, D. All of those. इसका जवाब है C. Landscape. Press to delete one character to the right. A. Space, B. Backspace, C. Enter, D. Delete. इसका जवाब है D. Delete. How can you create a uniform appearance by adding a background image to all slides? A. Use the autocorrect wizard, C. Create a template, B. Create a template, C. Add the slide master, D. All of those. D. All of those. What is the term used when a clip art image change the direction of face? A. Group. B. Rotate. C. Flip. D. All of above. B. Rotate. Refer to forward the object one level or to the front of all object. A. Aligns. B. Rotate. C. Send to back. D. Bring to front. Bring to front. D. जवाब ठीक है इसका. Which of the following view is the best view to use when setting transaction fact for all slide in a presentation? A. Slide shoulder. B. Note page view. C. Slide view. D. Outline view. इसका जवाब है A. Slide shoulder view. To align right the selected text, the shortcut key is A. Control plus R. B. Control plus J. C. Control plus U. D. Control plus L. इसका जवाब है A. Control plus R. A new presentation can be created from A. Blank presentation. B. Exciting presentation. C. Design template. D. All of those. इसका जवाब है D. All of above. Animation of a slide is possible with MS PowerPoint, MS Picture Manager, C. Tally, D. Firefox. इसका जवाब है A. MX PowerPoint. Themselves just define position and formatting for content that will later appearance on the slide. A. Font face. B. Themes. C. Zoom. D. Layout. इसका जवाब है D. Layout. To apply motion effect to different object of a slide. A. Slide transaction. B. Animation object. C. Animation scheme. D. Slide design. इसका जवाब है C. Animation scheme. A. Microsoft PowerPoint. A. Microsoft Office PowerPoint 2007 is a connection from one slide to another slide in the same presentation or to a slide in another presentation, an email address, a web page or a file. A. Header. B. Hyperlink. C. Footer. D. Definition. इसका जवाब है B. Hyperlink. What are the animation like effect that are in slideshow view when you move from one slide to the next? A. Highlight. B. Footer. C. Header. D. Slide transition. इसका जवाब है D. Slide transition. Which dialog box is for setting the page size? A. Page setup dialog box. B. Paragraph dialog box. C. Page setting dialog box. D. Setting page dialog box. इसका जवाब है A. Page setting dialog box. Press to delete one word to the left. A. Control plus enter. B. Control plus tab. C. Control plus space. D. Control plus backspace. इसका जवाब है D. Control plus backspace. Which command bring you to the first slide in your presentation? A. Next slide button. B. Page up. C. Control plus home. D. Control plus end. इसका जवाब है C. Control plus home. To insert a new slide, go to tab in the slide group. Click new slide. A. Animation. B. View. C. Home. D. Slide show. C. Home इसका जवाब है. Box with dotted or heads mark border that are part of most slide layout are called as A. Placeholder. B. Line spacing. C. Header. D. Footer. इसका जवाब है A. Placeholder. Which is a motion path? A. Type of animation interest effect. B. A method of advancing slide. C. A method moving atom on a slide. D. All of the above. इसका जवाब है C. A method moving atom on a slide. Are line that have connection point at the end and stay connected to the shape that you attach them to. A. Connector. B. Header. C. Footer. D. Separator. इसका जवाब है A. Connector. In Microsoft PowerPoint, two kind of sound effect file that can be added to the presentation are A. JPG file and GIF file. B. WAV file and JPG file. C. WAV file and GIF file. D. WA file and MID file. इसका ठीक जवाब है डी WA file and MID file. To make the selected test bold, the shortcut key is A space plus S, B shift plus B, C alt plus B, D control plus B. इसका जवाब है D control plus B. To add or change a shadow, point to button and then click the shadow that you want. A rotate, B flip, C shadow, D highlight. इसका जवाब है C shadow. Which key helps to move to the end of a lamp? A home, B page up, C end, D page down. इसका जवाब है C end. To justify the selected test, the shortcut key is A control plus I, B control plus J, C control plus U, D control plus L. इसका जवाब है B control plus J. Clip art is a feature that A scan your presentation for incorrect spelling in world art object. B to place clip art in your presentation in slide. C scan your presentation for incorrect spelling of word on a slide. D all of the above. इसका जवाब है B to place clip art in your presentation in slide. Which of the following tool enable you to add text to a slide without using the standard placeholder? A toolbox, test toolbox, B line tool, D driving tool, D auto shape tool. इसका जवाब है A test toolbox. Which is a set of undefined unified design element that provide a look for your documents by using color, font and graph. A font face, B theme, C line spacing, D hyperlink. इसका जवाब है B theme. A is a presentation that you can create to display your personal or business photograph. A PowerPoint clip art, PowerPoint, B PowerPoint world art, C PowerPoint photo album, D all of these. इसका जवाब है C PowerPoint photo album. Which dialog box is for setting the page size? A paragraph dialog box, B page setting dialog box, C setting page dialog box, D page setup dialog box. इसका जवाब है D page setup dialog box. Which term is related with increasing or decreasing the space between character? A page number, B spacing, C header, D footer. इसका जवाब है B spacing. Which term is related with decorate text? A cross reference, B hyperlink, C clip art, D word art. इसका जवाब है D word art. To add a row at the end of a table, click the last cell of the last row and then press A Alt, B Tab, C Space, D Control. इसका जवाब है B Tab. Press to end a presentation. A Tab, B ESC, C P, D E. इसका जवाब है B ESC. Special effects used to introduce slide in a presentation are called A present animation, B transition, C custom animation, D effect, B transaction. इसका जवाब है B transaction. In slide layout panel, how many layouts are available for test layout by default? A 4, B 7, C 12, D 15. इसका जवाब है A 4. Press to delete one character to the left. A space, B backspace, C enter, D delete. इसका जवाब है B backspace. Which key on the keyboard can be used to view slideshow? A F1, B F2, C F5, D F10. इसका जवाब है C F5. The slide that is used to introduce related topic and set for presentation is called the A title table slide, B title slide, C bullet slide, D graph slide. इसका जवाब है B title slide. The best way to insert a new slide in a presentation is to use the A normal view, B special view, C slideshow view, D slide sorter view. इसका जवाब है D slide sorter view. Which of the following file format can be added to a PowerPoint show? A JPG, B GIF, C WAV, डी ऑल ऑफ दो। पावर पॉइंट कौन सी फाइल को शो करता है? इन तीनों को करता है, इसलिए इसका जवाब है डी ऑल ऑफ दो। Microsoft Office is A. an application source, B. open source software, C. public domain software, D. shareware। इसका जवाब है A. an application software। The minimum zoom size in MX PowerPoint is A 0, B 10, C 30, D 100। इसका जवाब है B 10। The maximum zoom size in MX PowerPoint is A 200, B 300, C 400, D 500। D 500 इसका ठीक जवाब है। In which bar we can see the current position of the slide? A ribbon, B title bar, C status bar, D view option bar। इसका जवाब है C status bar। Our advanced feature can speed up editing or formatting you may perform often in PowerPoint documents. A color, B fonts, C macros, D all of those। इसका जवाब है C macros। Lower the selected text below the baseline and change the selected text to a smaller font size if a smaller size is available। इसका जवाब है C subscript। The maximum zoom presentation in Microsoft PowerPoint। Microsoft PowerPoint में आप कितने फीसद तक जूम कर सकते हैं? A 100%, B 200%, C 300%, D 400%। D 400% तक। If you want to add row head to multiply line, select the first line and then press and hold while you selected the other line। A control, B alt, C tab, D space। इसका जवाब है A alt control। If you know the character code, you can enter the code in your documents and then press to convert it into a character। A alt plus X, B control plus X, C control plus Y, D control plus Z। इसका जवाब है A alt plus X। Which term is not related with font? A font grammar, B font color, C font size, D font face। इसका जवाब है A font grammar। Refer to back the object to one level or to all object। A aligns, B rotate, C send to back, D back to front। इसका जवाब है C send to back। Button reduce the window to an icon but words start remain active। A maximum, B minimize, C close, D restore। इसका जवाब है B minimize। You can use to insert symbol। A front dialog box, B text dialog box, C paragraph dialog box, D dialog box, symbol dialog box। इसका जवाब है D symbol dialog box। Press to start presentation from the beginning। A F5, B F6, C F7, D F8। इसका जवाब है A F5। Which feature used to check spelling of the text? A spelling, B replace, C find, D research। इसका जवाब है A spelling। Which view help to rearrange the slide easily and quickly? A node page, B slide master, C slide sorter, D normal। इसका जवाब है C slide sorter। MS PowerPoint is software of Google, Apple, Android, Microsoft। MS PowerPoint Microsoft का सॉफ्टवेयर है। इसका जवाब है D। Which is the presentation processing software?
A Avast, B Google Chrome, C Mozilla Firefox, D MX PowerPoint 2007। इसका जवाब है D MX PowerPoint 2007। Which is the right term of presentation page? Chart, A chart, B slide, C clipboards, D image। इसका जवाब है B slide।
Which key help to move to the beginning of a line? A. Page up, B. Page down, C. Home, D. Insert। इसका जवाब है C. Home। To make the selected text italic, the shortcut keys: A. Control plus Z, B. Control plus Alt plus L, C. Control plus K, D. Control plus L। इसका जवाब है D. Control plus L। Which PowerPoint view display a slide of the presentation as a thumbnail and is useful for rearranging slide? A. Slide Master, B. Slideshow, C. Slide Sorter, D. Note Page। इसका जवाब है C. Slide Sorter। To delete the selected text, press A. Delete, B. Control, C. Home, D. Alt। इसका जवाब है C. Home। Press to delete one word to the right. A. Control plus D, B. Control plus Enter, C. Control plus Tab, D. Control plus Backspace। इसका जवाब है A. Control plus Delete। Time New Roman Cambria Arial are example of A. Front face, B. Clipboard, C. Smart Art, D. Theme। इसका जवाब है A. Front face। What is the default PowerPoint standard layout? A. Blank, B. Title slide, C. Title only, D. Title only। इसका जवाब है B. Title slide। To enter the selected text, the shortcut key is A. Control plus C, B. Control plus C, C. Control plus O, D. Control plus U। इसका जवाब है B. Control plus E। Which type of view is not present in MS PowerPoint? A. Extreme animation, B. Slideshow, C. Slide corner, slide sorter, D. Normal। इसका जवाब है A. Extreme animation। Which feature is not MS PowerPoint? A. Scan Everest, B. Zoom, C. Background color, D. Slideshow। इसका जवाब है A. Scan Everest। Is a presentation program uTorrent, Mozilla Firefox, MX PowerPoint, Slide Panel। इसका ठीक जवाब है MX PowerPoint। presentation program MX PowerPoint। In PowerPoint, the header and footer button can be found on the Insert tab in what group? Tablet group, Test group, Object group। इसका ठीक जवाब है Test group। Which is not the valid edition of MS PowerPoint? MS PowerPoint 2003, MS PowerPoint 2007, MS PowerPoint 2010, MS PowerPoint 1920। इसका ठीक जवाब है MS PowerPoint 1920। The slide that is used to introduce a topic and set the tone for the presentation is called the title slide, bullet slide, table slide, graph slide। इसका ठीक जवाब है title slide। is called the title slide। The PowerPoint view that display only text: outline view, note page view, slide sorter, slide show। इसका ठीक जवाब है outline view।